Ah,
It's Garry's Mod.
a stinky mud puddle to you and me, but to the inhabitants of
Steam.
a wonderful stinky mud puddle.
I've been playing Garry's Mod for just about 12 years. I was 10 or 11 when I first got my hands on it, and to this day it remains one of my favorite games of all time. As of late, I've come to a sort of realization, which may be more of an opinion than fact, but Garry's Mod is a timeless classic, and in my opinion, it will never die. Now, I know some people think this game is already dead and maybe even forgotten, but I just want to bring us back to the basics. What exactly is Garry's Mod? And no, I'm not giving you any history lesson here, so don't worry. At face value, Garry's Mod is a sandbox game that famously started as a mod for Half-Life, before becoming its own standalone game. Within Garry's Mod lies almost every available asset derived from a plethora of source games, such as Half-Life, which is obvious, Team Fortress 2, Portal, Day of Defeat, and some other games. Somehow I forgot to mention Counter-Strike. I don't know how I forgot to mention Counter-Strike. All of these assets, the guns, vehicles, NPCs, structures, all serve the same purpose: to just be messed around with. Garry's Mod grants you full creative control over practically anything you decide to do. For instance, you want to spawn in some random dude, just to kill him and throw him at a wall, then have at it. Or you could have a full-blown NPC battle, and if you're bored of that, you can throw a car at them for some reason. Or maybe you want to make that car faster, so you just add some thrusters to it, and it turns into a fucking rocket ship. Why not? And if you're someone who isn't technologically inclined like myself, there's a dupes tab in the menu which lets you spawn in community-made builds, or whatever this is, and whoever this guy is, I don't know. I could go on and on about what there is to do in single player, but playing alone might not be for everyone, so just go ahead and invite a friend to the game and just blow each other up, or literally do anything else. There really aren't any limitations on what to do in Garry's Mod, but even if you do find yourself confined or limited, you can always rely on the 1.8 million mods at your disposal developed by the GMOD community. Although Garry's Mod itself is a mod for Half-Life, that doesn't mean the limitation starts there. Whatever pop culture reference or meme that you can think of right now, I can almost guarantee you that there is some form of add-on related to it in the game. Considering how accessible the source engine is, people of the community quickly started adding their own modifications to the game. I for one have no idea how to code anything, but if you're someone who does, odds are you could very likely make a successful Gmod add-on. But for instance, you can be Elmo in a frozen tundra for some reason. Or maybe you want to be Master Chief ordering food at Los Pollos Hermanos. You have every right to do so, whichever one you choose. I don't know. When I tell you there are no limitations, I seriously mean there's nothing stopping you from starting a war between Chris and Peter Griffin. Forget being Elmo or the Master Chief. If you want to spawn in as many trucks as you can to the point your game crashes, you're also fully eligible to do so. Or maybe you just want to go for a nice drive. Just download a nice map and some form of vehicle mod, and boom, there you go. Or how about walking around Freddy Fazbear's? Yeah, you can do that too for some reason. I don't know. If you want the game to feel like a first-person shooter, you can download overhaul mods that completely change the HUD and dynamics of the base game. Basically, my point is that not only can you do whatever you want to begin with, but the damn near 2 million other add-ons to the game make it an even better experience. But if all of this additional content isn't enough, and you're still looking for that complete Gmod experience, then look no further than the overwhelming amount of servers at your disposal. As fun as the base game is, Garry's Mod servers are ultimately the soul of the entire game. You may recognize some extremely popular game modes such as Prop Hunt or Trouble in Terrorist Town, as they serve as the backbone to so many popular game modes that we have today. Remember the Prop Hunt game mode in Call of Duty? And that started with Garry's Mod. Or how about a game where there's one of you that's an enemy while the rest of you are just innocent people trying to carry out everyday tasks? That would also have originated in Garry's Mod. What makes it all the more beautiful is that these game modes originated from a group of people who decided to make a fun game within Garry's Mod. and now due to the popularity of said game modes, their notoriety has reached further heights into AAA games. It just kinda goes to show how revolutionary certain aspects of Garry's Mod are. Furthermore, apart from the more notable game modes, GMOD has countless other servers to choose from. The most notable and more popular of them all being Dark RP, which also just so happened to be the backbone of GTA RP. Essentially, the point of Dark RP is to assign yourself a job, make as much money as you can doing whatever your job is in order to have the funds to do what you please, so long as you abide by your role and roleplay. But after nearly a whole day played on a single Dark RP server, I can confidently say that this game mode is purely meant to just fuck around. Sometimes the funniest thing to do in a Gmod server is to just sit back and observe the chaos unfolding around you. I've encountered some of the funniest people on these servers, and I've also engaged in some of the most absurd activities as well.
I don't know what I am, but I taste really good. I'm a killer fish. Hello. I'll be your killer fish for the evening.
You seriously don't know what you're getting into until you join and see for yourself. The list doesn't end there though. You have servers such as Star Wars RP, Manga RP, 1980s Mafia RP, Homigrad, World War II RP, public sandbox servers, so on and so forth. At the very least, there seems to be a bit of something for everyone. Now, despite my firm beliefs and love for the game, I can fully understand how Garry's Mod might not be everyone's cup of tea. I can also understand the argument that Gmod just gets boring and it's not that fun over time, maybe doesn't have that much replayability, but to me that's where the beauty comes into play. And I know beauty and Garry's Mod don't go together in the same sentence, but in order for this open world sandbox game to be fun, you actually have to create the entertainment yourself. There's absolutely zero direction on what to do once you load into a world. For example, when you load into a Call of Duty campaign, you're immediately thrown into a linear story, being given different tasks as you progress. When you load into a Gmod map, you aren't given a task. They just say, alright, go ahead and do shit. And it amazes me that that's all it took to create such a large community of people devoted to the longevity of this game. Behind every public server was someone's ideas brought to fruition just tenfold, and those ideas are responsible for countless memories. But that to me is what makes Garry's Mod a classic. A game that came out in 2004 or 5, 6, I don't know, it's like some builds came out in like 2004, but like the base game came out in 06 or something, I don't know. But anyway, this game has been built upon for 20 years, solely by the community of players. I mean, shit, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but the kids that came up with this shit, they weren't even alive for a third of the game's lifespan. And then SNL and Fortnite decided to run with it. I mean, that's kind of fucking ridiculous. But somehow it proves my point that Garry's Mod is not only a classic, but it will never die. Like, regardless of the magnitude, it will always leave some sort of mark on this game's legacy. Like I said earlier, Gmod has a bit of something for everyone, and as long as people continue to create, there will always be room for it in Garry's Mod, as it is the epitome of sandbox games. I'm just gonna have my closing thoughts be without any sort of script to follow. I'm just gonna speak. So if you want this to be the end of the video, then fucking go ahead, I don't care. Anyway, like I said, I've been playing this game for just about 10 years now. Like, I know I don't have the hours to accommodate the amount of time I've had this game, but like there was a huge period of time in my life where I just didn't have a PC. I used to play this game a lot with an old childhood friend that I don't really talk to a lot anymore, but we're still somewhat acquainted. I used to have a lot of videos on this channel that for some reason my teenage self, or maybe even like 12-year-old self, didn't even know that I could like private or unlist. I just decided to delete them. I have one video, and I'm gonna probably have it playing on the screen as I'm talking. Anyway, I'm getting off track. You're gonna get a very wide variety of people, and I find that very interesting, and like I love it because there's like not a lot of games anymore that feel like that. I feel like a lot of games back in the day, like old PC games, had these communities of people that would just like always be on the same servers and always like getting together and playing. But yeah, at this point I'm rambling. This game, Garry's Mod, is a classic. I hope it never dies. It'll always have a place in my heart. And I have no reason getting sentimental over a video game, but that's the beauty of life. Okay, I'm gonna fucking shut up now. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.